I'm Grayson Hartley. I'm the winemaker at Preston Farm and Winery in Dry Creek Valley. Here today to talk about Cinsault. We've got about 60 acres of organically farmed vineyard, 7 of which is Cinsault, 3 of which I'm standing in right now. Cinsault has been in Dry Creek for as long as anyone can remember. It was originally planted interspersed among Petit Syrahs, Zinfandel, some of the stuff that the first wine drinking settlers planted in the 19th century. And the thought is that it went into those wines as a field blending component to give it a spicy accent and sort of lighten the wines up a little bit, lighten up the body. It usually is a blender. One of the biggest questions we get is, why do we make a varietal Cinsault, a single varietal? And I think that more people should make a varietal Cinsault because it's a very joyous, charming wine. But B, it's difficult to coax a lot of intensity and body out of Cinsault. But in our 2 blocks, one of them's 35 years old. You can see a naturally balanced canopy. It produces grapes with richness and intensity. And then this block is dry farmed and head trained. Especially not irrigating this gives us really just rich and flavorful grapes to work with. And so I don't even have to do too much in the vinification process. We just harvest the clusters, toss them in an open top tank, stomp on them, let it ferment, and then about 10 days later press it off, age it in barrel for a year, and then bottle it for you guys. In the glass, cherry notes, berry notes, but an undercurrent of this spicy savoriness that I think is part of our terroir, if you will, and also kind of accentuated by that whole cluster fermentation. So we don't separate the stems from the grapes when it goes into the fermentation tank. Structure-wise, it's like just enough crunchiness on the back end to sort of frame the wine. Also a hallmark of Dry Creek Valley. You get that in our Zinfandels, you get it in some of our other red wines. But just a nice, charming package, and I think a no-brainer wine.